So, as a seemingly innocent grocery shopper, you probably think you know exactly what you're tossing into your cart every week, right? A bunch of bananas here, maybe some apples there, or, some trendy new snack you saw on social media. Well, think again. Today, we're diving deep into this explainer on the highly regulated, completely hidden reality of the produce aisle's flashiest new luxury item. We are talking about the sterilized pink gold of the modern supermarket, a bioengineered secret that literally rewrote the DNA of a tropical icon.
I mean, seriously, just ask yourself, would you ever sign a legally binding contract just to plant a piece of fruit in your own backyard? Most of you would obviously say no. And yet, you might blindly pick up this super fun novel pink pineapple for your next dinner party, completely oblivious to the fact that you're entangling yourself with a genetically sterilized plant. Because this isn't just some cute new flavor, it is actually federally illegal to propagate this thing at home. You literally need federal permission just to plant a seed or a crown. Guys, you are buying a piece of fruit with a terms of service agreement.
All right, let's get into the biohacked science of it all. Basically how they traded bite for sugar.
First things first, there is absolutely no such thing as a wild pink pineapple. Zero. None. Unlike the standard banana, which has an agricultural history going back, 10,000 years? This fruit was cooked up entirely in a laboratory. It's a human-made biological machine custom-built for our modern sweet tooth. So what's the secret? It's lycopene. That's the exact same organic compound that gives everyday tomatoes and watermelons their signature red color. Scientists basically went in, hacked the pineapple's DNA, and engineered it to express this specific pigment right inside the flesh. They quite literally coated an everyday yellow fruit into a vibrant pink novelty.
To really understand this, we have to compare this lab creation to what we're used to. That standard grocery store pineapple you grew up eating, the smooth cayenne variety, is a tough, resilient survivor. It's packed with high acidity and those crazy mouth-numbing enzymes. You know when you eat too much pineapple and your tongue gets all raw and tingly? Yeah, that's the traditional bite. But this pink pineapple? It has been aggressively engineered for high sugar. It delivers this intense, candy-like sweet flavor with absolutely zero bite that completely stripped away the plant's natural defenses just to build an elite luxury item, rather than leaving it as a hearty, natural staple.
Which brings us to the biological sabotage, the sterilizing of the crown.
We really need to look at the darker side of this bioengineering, which is the calculated destruction of the plant's natural reproductive cycle. See, despite being this crazy high-tech lab marvel, the fruit still can't beat the biological clock. It takes a grueling 2 full years for a single pineapple to grow to maturity. And because of that massive waiting period, the corporation's next little biological trick becomes incredibly effective. You can't just quickly experiment and bypass their system because the baseline time investment is just totally enormous.
So, to protect their investment, they enforce a strict sterilization process. Step 1, engineer the fruit. Step 2, aggressively remove the plant's natural ability to self-clone. And step 3, physically sterilize the crown to ensure it is totally dependent on humans. Look, most of you probably know that with a normal pineapple, you can just twist off the spiky crown, shove it in the dirt, and boom, it acts as a natural backup clone. It'll root right there. But the pink pineapple? Intentionally sabotaged. They sterilize that crown before it ever even hits the grocery store shelves. They sever its biological safety net just to ensure absolute, unbroken corporate control over the entire species.
And that leads us straight into the legal trap. We're talking patented biological software.
This right here is the legal nightmare that your average, uninformed shopper would never ever suspect when picking out a pretty piece of produce for a fruit salad. Listen to this. Replanting this crown without federal permission is a legal violation of patented DNA. Taking this crown and sticking it in your own backyard dirt is not just some quirky little gardening mistake. It is a literal federal legal violation. Because the DNA of this fruit is patented, the company owns the rights to every single plant in existence. You are strictly not allowed to grow it. Period.
It really all boils down to this quote. It is a biological machine designed for the market, not for the independent gardener. These corporations are essentially treating this food's DNA exactly like private patented software, rather than, nature. Just like you can't illegally copy and distribute a tech company's code, you are legally forbidden from copying this plant. They have quite literally outlawed independent growing by turning a plant's genetic code into proprietary software. Just look at the stark contrast here. The natural pineapple is firmly in the public domain. It's a self-cloning survivor, literally a survival staple for so many cultures around the world. But the pink pineapple, it is tightly guarded, patented property. It is 100% human-dependent because we literally stripped away its biological right to self-clone. And it exists for one reason, to be sold as an elite luxury item. By stripping away its natural resilience, we've taken an independent survivor and turned it into a completely dependent commercial product.
A beautiful fruit that is actually a patented biological ghost. You know, stripping away all the crazy science, the legal jargon, it genuinely leaves me speechless. Just really think about what we're looking at here. We are living in an era where we took a tropical icon, a perfectly simple natural fruit, we rewired its DNA with tomato compounds, intentionally broke its ability to reproduce, and turned it into a strict legal document that you scan at a cash register. It's just this patented secret, hiding in plain sight right in your local produce aisle.
We essentially rewired nature to create a designer fruit that looks like a sunset and tastes like candy, but legally and biologically forbids you from ever giving it life. So the very next time you're wandering down the produce aisle, you really have to ask yourself, what other items in your grocery cart are hiding a secret terms of service agreement? Now that's absolutely wild.